to be a little bit perturbed. No, I'm really serious here. You will be perturbed. You are sure? Okay. Please come up to the corner of the room up here. Oh, well, actually, no. Let's give Lockie a break. Oh, sorry, Narayan a break. Let's come up into this corner up here. That way he doesn't have to trade that camera everywhere. Thanks, Anna. Yeah. So, could you please stand on this towel here facing the camera? Yeah, I heard you can withdraw if you like. No, there's no, yeah, no, really. That's all right. Yeah. So I'm going to let you know what I'm about to do, Anna. In a moment, I'm going to give a hard tug onto this, a sharp, hard, sudden tug onto this towel. And I won't tell you when. Okay. Please step off the towel. Yep. Okay, now stand facing me. I'm going to slap you on the face.
Oh, okay. Do it hard.
No. Ready?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. It's like a game.
That's enough. Because I can't do anymore.
It didn't hurt.
No. It wasn't meant to hurt. It's meant to show you, and Anna was probably very good at this, probably a very good choice. Very good choice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't think she responded with the same amount of amplitude of response that most people would. Yeah. So thank you, Anna. So it is a game. That's why that was a good choice. Yeah. Yeah, let's just hang around for a little bit. I'm trying to compensate.
It's okay. It wasn't a problem.
Good. Okay. So that little face slapping thing was a little improvisation that I saw done at the very first dance conference in Australia, and it was done with a particular choreographer who had his own dance company, Kai-Tai Chan. And Kai-Tai Chan made dance performances that were really not about the movement. They were really about the performer, the dancer, presenting that internal world to the outside audience. That's what he was really on about. And of course, he came in, he started to teach a class, they did something, and he's looking at them, and everything is like surface. All the dancers are showing movements and surface. In other words, there was no reveal, nothing revealed. So he set them up like this. And he stood in front of a dancer, just like I stood in front of you, and he said, I'm going to slap you. He got harder, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. And he just slapped. And the dancer they weren't as resilient or prepared or game mindset as you. And you could see they're getting upset. You can see their face is flushing, not from the slap. You can see they're starting to, you can see the hands change shape. You can see the contraction starting to start. And he says, good, now go and do the movement. And then he got all the group. So there's something about being in a particular state that puts you in the right frame of mind to do awareness through movement. And there are other states that just are not suitable. And we generate those states inside us all the time. This business of pulling the rug out underneath, for most individuals, maybe you saw it a little bit with Anna, the eyes go, oh, just momentarily, oh, yeah. Some individuals, you'll see the whole full-blown thing. That's another state. So slap, 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 anger, not everyone. Slap, 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 collapse. Pull, 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 anxiety. With some people, they don't get anxious, they just get anticipatory. Yeah?
Oh, I did think of that.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
You
You see? So you see that with every new scenario, with every new situation, there is a different emotional state, a different mindset, whatever you want to call it. Emotional mindset, mental, emotional, whatever you want to call it. But that's how we operate. And that happens a lot in awareness through movement lessons. You hear some sort of invitation towards a movement, and some part of you just goes, gee, that's going to be difficult. That's going to be really, why am I asked to do this? I don't want to do this bloody movement. What the fuck? Why is that an instruction? Sorry, you didn't hear what the fuck underneath my voice. Yeah? Oh, can't I just say that instruction better? You see, you're already in that space. You are already set up not to do that movement. You're not in that space that I described this morning with Moshe Feldenkrais, a place of just open curiosity. Now, how do you get yourself out of that? Well, that's what some individuals in this world earn millions of dollars doing, helping other individuals to get out of that. But what you can do is how we started this segment. You just stop. You bring yourself back to your breathing. You notice your breathing. You notice the contact with the floor. And then you say to yourself, I think I've just successfully distracted myself. I'm now in a different state. And then you can launch again. Does that make sense? Because when you're in the hold, in the grip of an emotion, your attention goes, you can only see this much. All the other vista's gone. Your options are gone. Only the options associated with that state are present. You're stuck. You'll be on the one track. So if you just calm yourself, I didn't want to use that word. If you just distract yourself, bring yourself to the breathing, find the support of the floor. In other words, create a scenario that you recognize as being pleasant for yourself. And then relaunch. And if you need to do that again and again and again, do that. Remember yesterday I said you are more important than the lesson? I really mean it. That's probably one of the hardest messages you'll have to convey to people in your class, that they are more important than the lesson. And they're learning how to create conditions appropriate to learning. Being angry isn't one of them. Ask any martial arts person training in the martial arts. You don't want to be angry when you're fighting. You don't want to be limp either. As a, one of the things with a lot of musicians, they really get involved into the whole emotion with the music. But if you get too involved, then you start actually losing your technique. So there's a degree of involvement that's necessary, but over which you're actually interfering. So this is part of the game of awareness through movement. This is kind of part of the play. And because it's a game and because it's playing, if you want to intentionally make yourself angry to find out what it's like to do an awareness through movement lesson when you're angry, that would be an interesting thing to do. Sad, melancholy, it'd be really interesting to find where your mind goes to, how do you compose your movements there. Now, there's another set of lessons that no one's developed, apart from, what's that lady in Perth? Oh, names. No, Cosgrove. Yeah, Molly Tipping and Cosgrove. Yeah, the anxiety. They've started, but that's just this narrow little strip. There's a lot more. Yeah. But you can use these lessons to explore that whole domain so that people become very, very adept at now, if anger is constructive at this moment, if I really need to be angry for a situation, I can be angry and still have my options open. I can be sad if it's constructive. If it's not constructive, if it's destructive, well, don't be angry. Just go, oh, okay, there's that thing. Oh, there's anger. That's anger. Oh, yeah, no, just, yep. So for this moment in time, keep generating a state where your attention is free to roam. If you feel your attention is being captured by something, just stop a moment, free it up so that it can roam again. So, beautiful. Yep. So response rather than reaction. The response being a considered, not necessarily conscious, but a choice. And if, it's not an if, because remember one of the beliefs that I said to you at the first week? Feldenkrais believed that human beings have free choice, the capacity to choose one direction of action compared to another. Some people don't believe that. Some people just believe we're causal machines. There is no free choice. But he chose to believe otherwise. Oh, was I blank enough?
No, you were very blank.
Okay, good. So there was nowhere to go, really, because you didn't know where I was going. Yeah. So if that's the case, then that's what you're exercising in awareness through movement lesson. And you want to be in a state where you can exercise that human capacity. And if you're in that state, that means you're doing awareness through movement as it's meant to be done. Yeah? Not like a causal machine, input, instruction, lift the hand up, okay, take this arm over here, up, okay, take the head through the gap, head, what's head? Don't understand, not enough parameters, give me head, what is head, what is good head? No, okay, over here. Yeah? You're not a machine. So don't act like a machine. Please, let's go to a lesson. Oh, yeah. I think it did. I had a hard time doing that. It's all right. I guess